Last weekend, it was all about the players when the first of the Red Sox arrived in Lee County for spring training. This weekend, it's all about you, citizens of Red Sox Nation.
Just like them. Love them.
Yeah.
Good fans for years.
They're the best team in baseball. That's why we like them.
For some, it's a family affair.
But these three little guys are quite the baseball players back in Manchester by the Sea, Massachusetts. And we love baseball, and this is our first time here, and we're really, really happy to be a part of it.
For others, it's been a way of life for decades.
I've been watching them since the 50s, the end of the Ted Williams era and all the way through the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and of course, 3 World Series in the last 9 years.
And you'd better believe that was the real fever pitch. Fans waited in a line long enough to be a triple to get an up-close glimpse of those 3 World Series trophies, all less than a decade old.
It was pretty awesome. It was as though you're part of it, you know? I mean, we watched this from the Midwest, and now to be able to be part of this and see this new opening is pretty cool.
All from victories Red Sox legend Luis Tiant knows would be worthless without the fans.
No, they've been good to me all those years. Even I don't play anymore, and they're still good to me. Yeah. I have to make it feel good.
At JetBlue Park, Jamie Ostroff, Wink News.
Video after video of ice water drenching willing participants. You couldn't even go online without seeing the videos flood social media. It was all part of the Ice Bucket Challenge to raise funds for ALS research.
Then all of a sudden, this Ice Bucket Challenge really moved ALS into center stage.
It was I don't know, it's just a scary thing.
Stanley Tanner was diagnosed with ALS 3 years ago. He says while his future may be cut short, the awareness raised by the challenge will make a difference in the years to come. In Southwest Florida, the only local ALS clinic raised over $25,000 from the challenge.
That was an amazing thing to see people look at something and do a challenge to make more people aware of what's going on.
Those with the clinic say the challenge made a difference for the over 200 patients they treat.
Patients are telling them that indeed they are pleased with this, to see that there's additional monies and attention.
Even Tanner and his family joined in on the action. Seeing thousands of people across the world participate brought Stanley Tanner hope that a disease he says was never front and center is now gaining the awareness that could make a difference in the years to come. Andrew Scheinthal, Wink News.
It's usually not this easy to get a bunch of college students out of bed this early on a Saturday morning. But this weekend, there were plenty of eager volunteers.
Anything that I could do to help, it kind of is something that's really close to my heart.
That cause? 2-year-old Stella Fratarelli.
April 17th, 2013, Stella was diagnosed with stage 4 high-risk MYC-amplified neuroblastoma.
It's a rare cancer in kids. Doctors told Stella's family that there was just a 1 in 4 chance their little girl would live another year.
Just kind of like hearing all the words and not putting them together very well, thinking that this doesn't happen to us, this happens to other people. And then I just decided, you know what, we either have to do this or we don't do this. And we decided that we were going to fight.
1 year later, Stella is full of energy and has an army of hundreds joining her fight. The Strides for Stella 5K event started as a class project between a few FGCU students. Then it took a life of its own.
When it started, we were hoping just maybe 100 people, and so far we have 220 people registered and more people registering by the minute, so it's huge.
Saturday's race raised thousands of dollars for Stella's care, but the journey's not over at the finish line.
I have a lot of hope. I have a lot of faith that if someone's going to beat it, it's going to be Stella.
Even though the students completed their homework assignments, many of them say they still plan on helping the Fratarellis.
She's fought the whole way. She's been through things that I don't think I could do as an adult, and she's done it with grace and with laughter, and I am so proud to be her mom.
Jamie Ostroff, Wink News.
I'm happy for all of them, cry.
Great new apartment. Never in my life got a new apartment. Never. For 13 years old, never. Well, now I got a new apartment. Everything is new. I'm happy.
Yes, because I've had family that lived out here when they were called the Sable Palm Apartments. They destroyed some of the apartments. It was like a disaster.
And we also work with them to teach them the things that they need to know outside of living in a new unit, how to carry yourself, how to move forward to employment, how to go back and get your GED if you dropped out. All of those circumstances, all of those things, they can be resolved, and we're working with them in more than just providing housing.
I just want to say thank you, and I'm excited.
It's been less than a year since Sergeant Michael Wilson died while bravely serving Southwest Florida. With heavy hearts, his community paid tribute to him and his brethren who died heroes. Wink News was there Tuesday for Charlotte County's Peace Officers Memorial Day.
It's just been very emotionally overwhelming.
Sheriff Bill Promell just got back from Washington, D.C. with Wilson's family, where a special memorial for fallen officers now bears the sergeant's name.
You got to be strong. You got to be there for your agency, for your members, and for the family. And I can only hope that I was supportive and helped the family in any way they needed, and just to be there for them and be a friend for them.
The Wilsons were front and center Tuesday night, laying a rose for a husband, father, and hero. The family still wishes to grieve privately, but Promell knows tonight is not just for grief.
This is a memory, the memory of those who have fallen before us. We're past the funeral part. We have buried our brother, we've laid him to rest, but now these type of ceremonies are just so we never forget the sacrifices that those who have gone before us have done.
On the Night Beat, Jamie Ostroff, Wink News.
I'm Zachary with Nick Luz.
Kids of all ages and sizes, even our newest reporter, rode the waves at Barefoot Beach this weekend. Thousands watched as the children, all diagnosed with autism, braved the water with the help of volunteers. It's all part of Surfers for Autism.
He's just so happy, and I can't stop smiling for him. It's just, he's so excited about today.
Jamie and Paul's 6-year-old son Tyler doesn't speak, but they say the water speaks to him.
Looking at the smile on his face, I mean, he was a happy guy out there. You put him near the water, and he's a happy guy generally, but putting him on a surfboard made him even happier.
He was shy for our cameras, yet the proud parents watched as Tyler owned the water. It's their second year with the program and say the payoff is obvious.
He's definitely more of a people person now. He definitely interacts more with people. He's more curious about stuff. He's a little bit more outgoing now.
For members of Surfers for Autism, that's the benefit.
It's amazing. It's a complete 180. We have nonverbal children verbalize for the first time. We have children who don't like to be touched, bear-hugging instructors, walking hand in hand down the beach with them.
This 19-year-old rode his board all on his own at least a dozen times.
It's like first time surfing, just like trying to get with a few physics, just trying to get the flow of it, really.
Leaving everyone happy in the end.
I'm having a good time at surfing today.
Sam Smink, Wink News.
Now you're about to hear the last words written and spoken by a teenager who killed himself And this is hard to listen to, but 18-year-old Nick Shriver's mother wants you to hear them. Nick was about to graduate from Lorenzo Walker Institute of Technology. He'd earned a scholarship to the University of Nebraska. His mom knew he was bullied in school, but what she didn't know was just how bad the bullying was on social media. She didn't know until Nick took his own life. Visit Nick Shriver's Twitter account and you'll read in the description, aspiring adventurer, murdered by cyberbullying.
Now the kids are so connected. Nick didn't have a chance.
3 years ago, Wink News interviewed Nick and his big brother Bob Dorr from the Big Brothers Big Sisters program. It was a bright spot in the teen's life, a teen who loved ROTC and was proud to wear the uniform.
I had a lot of anxieties. I used to not be able to go up to a counter and ask for something without sweating bullets. And now I'm sitting here in front of a camera.
So you're family now, huh?
We're basically family.
Fast forward to this year. Now 18 years old, Nick was motivated and worked out twice a day with dreams of a military career. Yet he struggled with inner turmoil and these cruel words posted to him on his social media pages. "She will never want you. We'd be happier when you're gone. You're a fat, broke loser." There were cries for help, posts on Twitter about bullying and even suicide. But April 15th, the weight of the words finally became too much. He wrote his mom a note and made his final call for help.
911, what is your emergency?
I'd like to report a suicide.
Sir, are you the person who's thinking about this?
Yeah. I just had a big problem for 9 years. And I'm just tired. I've tried to change myself, but I just can't seem to do it.
You're still really young, you know what I mean? You've got so much ahead of you.
Minutes later, Nick Shriver shot himself in his backyard.
I wanted to change so bad, but I always couldn't, no matter how I tried. And I'm just tired now. And I'm afraid I won't amount to anything.
She reads the note he left her every day.
I am no longer just a mother. I am a mother of a boy who committed suicide. That's my new identity. I'm no longer a mother of Nicholas Shriver, who is going to college, who just got a scholarship.
How do hurtful words come to this? According to the American Psychological Association, it's the third leading cause of death for young people. Dr. Omar Ritchie says it's a societal problem.
Certainly, there are many times in which a teenager may have a future, may actually have tremendous potential, but they're so caught in the moment, and that's part of being a teenager. You know, the central nervous system is still developing.
We lost a special man.
Arlene Shriver hopes this is a wake-up call to parents, bullies, and those who are bullied themselves.
When Nick emailed his teachers and his graduating class, his message was, do not be a bystander. Why don't we support each other, and why don't we support the people who can't stand up for themselves? And you know, you see somebody bullying somebody, stand up.
Naples police detectives interviewed students and checked Nick's social network activity, but concluded there was no evidence that bullying directly led to his suicide. I reached out to the Collier County School District, and they tell me neither Lorenzo Walker nor Naples High, where he'd previously gone to school, ever received reports of bullying. After his passing, it was brought to the attention of the principal that there were anonymous comments made via social media. We encourage any student to report incidents of bullying. Now, if you're struggling with bullying, we've posted several resources on our website. Just go to winknews.com and click on hot links. You can even report it anonymously.
It's just so awful. I mean, it's just so cruel, and it's just, they can never escape it. And that is just, it's just mind-boggling.
Maybe parents can look at those things on the website and see if you recognize something in your child or something rings a bell.
It was obviously difficult for her, but she said if she can save one life with this story, it's all worth it.
Oh, her words were very
Thanks,
touching. I bet she will.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Wink News at 6 is next.